Yo guys, so let's react to a new video by 25 buttholes. I haven't reacted to him yet. I also just like stopped my recording accidentally, so I gotta reshoot this intro. He's a very huge YouTuber with almost 100,000 subs, and yeah, we gotta react to him. You know, gotta react to him. He does a lot of text to speech, and it's pretty entertaining, pretty funny. Not gonna lie. So let's check out this video. They tried to evade their wilderness tasks. FanOFOSRS Savage Robot.
Here we encountered one of the biggest, and the smelliest, chicken rats I had seen in my entire life. A chicken rat who went by the name, P-Feeder.
Oh snap. Oh snap. He's got like...
With a name like this, I knew for a fact that I was dealing with a high-profile clown.
Okay, yeah, he has a couple of keys on him. That means you can get some easy loot.
Witless schmuck actually had the audacity to run around the wilderness with two wilderness keys that he most likely just confiscated from...
Is that literally an Aram's top that I see on him, bro? This is a pretty free loot if he has an Aram's top.
From some bone smugglers.
Yeah, I reacted to that by Reno. I just made a video on it. But yeah, 25 buttholes does use a range tank setup, so
he actually thought he wasn't going to get...
It's like a range tank account.
Taxed. Oh yeah buddy, you need to report the earnings you make on those keys my boy, and we are going to need 100% of the profits. Ha 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 ha, wow. This P-Feeder hillbilly was clearly a drunk redneck, because only a complete fool would be PKing in that miserable gear. Really bro,
this is the freest loot I've ever seen, man. You gotta finish him off here, man.
Black D-hide pants and an Aram's top. This guy looked damn right embarrassing. This man-woman's switches were so slow and pathetic that he couldn't even think to keep up with my unfathomable clicks. I was switching between attack styles so quickly that his entire neurological system began to shut down. Oh
my gosh, bro, he's panicking so hard. He's panicking so hard. With a couple keys on him, guys. If I saw this in the wilderness, bro, I would be pretty ecstatic, because this is some giga free loot. But yeah, not risking an insane amount, but a decent amount.
Cutting-edge chops were clapping this goblin's health as he couldn't muster up the brain power to change his protection prayers in time.
Yeah, I haven't seen Jarkan in a while, man. I haven't seen him for a while. He doesn't come in the stream no more.
And by the time he finally
this guy's totally down, bro.
Sorry, P-Feeder,
he's totally
but this is
down.
what happens when you try to break the law in these savage streets. Time to pay the piper, Johnny, and believe me, boys, it's a massive pipe.
There we go.
Wow.
Got him, finally. That's at least a GMall loot, because he might protect the top as a +1, but we're gonna see a loot here, guys.
This redneck's rigor mortis began to set in as we clapped him up with a 27.
Guy has 4 keys on him now.
To the chest, giving us not 1, not 2, but 3 wilderness keys. Ha 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 ha. Now let's...
The other guy's just coming for him. That must be his friend, right? That must be his friend. He was just... He locked on. He's going.
Go see what's in these keys, boys. No.
Oh, that's definitely the Aram's top loot.
Fucking way. We got his Aram's.
Oh, bro, the 4-point-something mil, man. That's actually so legit, bro. A pretty legit loot, man. And deep wilderness for not much effort. that was a pretty big noob you found there. Like, what was he thinking, guys? With that risk, guys. Like, I guess he didn't even protect item because he had a Gmaul.
Wow.
528k. Was that Gmaul cash on top? I don't understand if the Gmaul protected it, like you protect the Gmaul or something, bro.
I can only imagine the tears running down this woman's face as he screamed at the top of his lungs on the Rampage steps. But just when I thought the Johnnies couldn't get any Johnier, we ran into this clown right here who went by the name, Earth Tone. Yes boys, as you can see, we have one of those green salad robe vegan boys. And to make matters worse, he even had one of those pointy mystic hats.
Uh-oh. Here's another freebie for 25. This has to be another freebie.
Right away we began chopping this vegan up with some of our last man standing techniques. And since we were wearing the swamp bark armor, the grips of
Man, I wonder if 25 is gonna remain a range tank. He's always been a range tank in his videos, guys.
our entangles lasted 18 seconds rather than 14. Given the fact that this guy had melee incorporated.
Oh, dude, we gotta try out the buffed swamp bark, guys. 18 seconds of entangle.
Into his setup.
That's pretty much as long as the ice barrage almost.
Theoretically he should have a much larger advantage in our fight. But since his brain was lacking
Uh-oh. He's got a venom. He's going down for sure.
the
Venom.
proper proteins from being a weak vegan, he was unable to keep up with my chicken broth clicks. Little Woody Harrelson boy was trying desperately to use his god's sword, but we kept him at a distance with our entangles. Notice how
Yo, Byron, how hot is it for you? It's freaking 85 degrees, but it was like 95 today. 97.
half the time we are not even praying protect from magic. Yet he can hardly land a barrier. That's what happens when you try to be cheap in these savage streets with those salad robes, bud. You can't be playing cheap in these streets nowadays, boys.
Low 90s, not bad, not bad.
It's simply
Still pretty hot though, man.
not an option.
I'm just hopefully by next year I can make enough to afford like air conditioning, man, because it's too tough for me.
This little leaf boy would have spent the extra
Oh, that's a big hit. That's like a 43,
150k.
42.
He would probably be much more successful with his barriers. And instead of focusing on eating his
Well, at least you have those guys. I live in the desert. We ain't got no lakes, no rivers. The nearest river or lake we have, we don't even have rivers. We have a lake. That's about it.
kebab and praying magic, he decided to just try to rush in
And he's dead.
with his god sword. But in that time, he got clapped out with 2 massive fire surges right to his skinny leaf-eating neck. Ha 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 ha, wow. Good fight, Earth Tone, good fight. Maybe next time I suggest you start drinking raw eggs and eating massive sea creatures instead of trying to PK with spinach rolls, you green
Taking out the game, man. Taking out the
salad
game.
robe little rat. Ha 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 ha, wow. Alright boys, pay close attention to what happens in this next clip.
Oh, the innocent PVMer, the easy MP, the innocent PVMer. He's not even using any gear here.
Here we have a bold bone smuggler who went by the name Red Robin. This criminal was caught red-handed in the middle of trying to evade his wilderness tax.
Yeah, bro's going for the tank.
But
Look at him go on the rampage in the chat. 400k key, 5k key.
instead of accepting his fate, he tried to make a run for the hills. But unfortunately for him, the grips of our swamp bark entangles were far too strong. But instead of dying like a man with honor and respect, he began to drop his bones on the ground, purely out of spite. So I would
Bro, he's using Dagonoth bones. They're like 10k each.
be able to hold them inside a wilderness key. But I wasn't surprised, boys. This is typical behavior from these tax evading
He literally dropped every single one. There's 28 on the floor.
crooks. Before we clapped out Little Red, we let him drop all of his expensive bones, which equaled out to more than 200k coins.
Let's take this for a thumbnail.
But what happens next is truly hilarious. In the time we clapped Little Red, I began to drop all my food and actually attempt to use the bones on the bone altar for some free
Okay, that's actually a good idea to use the bones on the altar, man. But oh, the guy's coming back to pick them up.
prayer experience. But in that short amount of time, Little Red was back. And he actually began to thank me. I saw he was
Yo, what's up, John?
actually picking up the bones, so I went ahead and dropped the rest of the bones for him to pick up. The fact that this bald-head hamburger boy actually thought I left the bones on the ground for him was hilarious. As soon as he picked up the bones, I began clapping him up again, as he desperately tried to run for the hills. Again.
Oh snap, got him to pick him up again so it could be in the loot key.
But this time, He didn't have the
Because he didn't even get a loot key last time because...
time to drop his bones again, and we managed to get all of them in the wilderness key. Ha 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 ha. Oh little Red Robin boy. You are so stupid. And as he dropped to the floor like the...
He said, thought you were a good fellow. Oh my gosh. GG. He's getting eliminated here for sure.
bold tax evading rat he was.
That's a good way to outplay him. He dropped the bones, he picks them up.
He
Oh my
told me
gosh.
that he thought that I was a good
Guy brought no food, no tank gear. Nothing, bro.
fella. You are correct, Ball Johnny.
He literally only brought the bones with him.
That's why I'm keeping criminals much like yourself out of these
And he got most of the bones now. 175k. Let's freaking go.
savage streets. Ha 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 hoo. Wow. Now boys, take a look at this. Here I was chasing a thief out of the wilderness, but luckily for him, he managed to get the gap. But his little buddy who
Yeah, I know I keep pausing.
was running behind him wasn't so lucky. Right before he managed to cross the 30 line, I turned around and landed a telly block right on his face. And immediately began laying down the chops. As you boys can see, I instantly began to use my last man standing methods, as I stood directly under this outlaw.
Another guy with a couple keys on him, man. A lot of people PK at this Chaos Altar, it seems.
Only peeping out to deliver a slap. And then switching to my heavy burlist too as I walked underneath. And with the long lasting
But yeah, if you're wondering why I'm pausing, it's because we are trying to make this video transformative and not like a repost. So it's an official reaction to this video.
entangles from my swamp bark armor, I had more than enough time to take complete control of the fight. Believe me boys, these bone killers are some of the most savage.
Yeah, it's not that active, guys. Like, he's finding 200k loots? Come on, man.
PKers in all of the land. But my advanced skill and knowledge of the game makes it a
But yeah, it'd be cool to see this guy's a main, because he's been a range tank for years.
appear like these criminals are big time garbage. Little Harpy Boy was trying his best to counter my attacks with his own hybrid methods. But my last man standing methods were far too advanced.
Oh, you got the guy trash talking him. He said, "Accept your fate."
This is another perfect example on why you
I would have ran south.
can't be a cheap rat in these savage streets. Oh yes boys, the venom from our toxic staff is also taking effect.
Toxic staff for the win.
It's only a matter of time until this gang member is out of food. Remember boys, you are always one wrong click away from a free trip to Lumbridge. And that's exactly what happens to this 2-key bandit. Little Harpy was too slow on switching his prayers.
43. Yeah, the range tank is pretty strong setup, guys. Like, it could go against mains pretty well if you're 99 defense.
And it resulted in a massive
Yeah, he's got like a green square plug-in.
43 fire surge to the face, sending him to the lake of fire at rapid speeds. Now let's go see how much tax we just collected. Oh yeah boys, over 700k total in tax.
GG, the guy had one brew left.
That's what we like to see boys. Another good day's work. I need everyone to follow these specific instructions.
Whoa, 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 what the flip's going on?
Take out your phones, and log into every social media you have. Now, record a video of yourself screaming violently at the camera like a maniac. Let everyone know that you are doing perfectly fine in life and that everything is great.
Yeah, I'm good on doing that.
Now shadow box boys, shadow box. This is how you complete monkey madness in real
Is this like some Andrew Tate like inspired?
life.
Oh man, this pure is going down. Called him dog as he died. Look at all the achievements he's got. 23 million XP in range. Bunch of keys as well. Is that another pure? Oh my gosh. If I had a range tank against a pure, man. He He's flaming for standing under. A third pier in a row, man. And there's a fourth. Why are piers even there? It's pretty deep. I think he could attack the level 65 though. GG, taking out the game. Check out 25 buttholes in the chat, or in the description, guys. See you guys next video. Peace out. Peace out, everyone.